You are now tuned in to Two Studs in a Pod, a podcast giving you a candid glimpse into the world of super terrific Uber dykes, but you can call us studs. I'm Blaze.
I'm Meech.
Walking into restrooms, watching ladies freak is what we're getting into this week. So let's get into it. Homie, drop the beat. This is Two Studs in a Pod. We're just a couple of studs keeping it real, raw, and off the cuff. And we'd like to welcome you to the show. Being a mass presented woman out in public that has to be one of the top 5 causes of stud angst. So this week, we're peeking through the crack in the door to find out why studs in the bathroom is such a big thing. Before we flush this one out, Meech, catch us up on your week.
What's going on? My week has been pretty busy. I've been trying to get financially together, looking at all my investments, trying to find the property management company, decide if I want to go that route with the property I just purchased. Trying to budget, trying to reorganize where my finances are going, trying to save for some things. So I've been real focused on that. Trying to figure out where I can invest my money to make more of it, like the stocks, all that good stuff. Just trying to capitalize what I can. So that's been my focus this week, doing a little bit of reading. Not too much studying actually. I guess I'm tired of the books. But finances always got to take a break for the next quarter, just see where I'm at, where I want to be, and how far I am from where I'm trying to go. What you been up to?
That sounds good. You gotta put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I've been working outside, of course, trying to get the landscaping together and things like that. Just running some errands in between work, watching basketball. You know what I'm saying? My team's out there doing things.
Let's go
So
Heat.
yeah, so that occupies a lot of time because I got to be in front of that TV from. So yes, and I have like a little ritual before I before I sit down and watch the game, and I got the dog has her little heat gear she got to get dressed in before every game. So we've been doing good so far, so I think it's working.
Super fan.
Yo, and just living life and trying to stay corona free and ready for this election on November 3rd.
Yeah.
And definitely want to scream vote, vote, vote. You know what I'm saying? Use your voice. People died for this. So, I mean, it makes no sense not to use it if you can. So,
exactly.
I definitely say vote, vote, vote. So, that's that. And, just living life, man. Taking it one step at a time. I do want to say I had an interesting interaction over the weekend. I had to take my truck in to get serviced, and it's the first time that a service person ever asked me were they using the correct pronouns with me.
Oh wow!
Yes,
that's dope.
Like it was. I mean, it's weird. It's always weird, like when somebody recognizes off rip that I'm a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say she instead of he every time. And she was right from like the beginning. And then at the end when she's like giving me my keys back and telling me about my truck, she's like, have I been using the correct pronouns with you? And I was like, what's happening? Especially where I live. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not Progressive Town, USA, okay? So it was just, shout out to them. And I was like, damn. So that made me feel good that that's where I actually bought my truck from. That's the same place. Right. So, that they're hiring somebody who even had the thought to ask that question. I've never been asked that question before. And it's weird, like I was like, yeah, like I don't even know what my pronouns are, I guess. Like whatever you using is fine with me as long as you don't fuck up my truck and you know what I'm saying. Make me pay for shit I don't really need. So yeah, but shout out to them. That's something that was definitely worth mentioning, I think, in this day and age. Anyway, so well, before we get to the funny, let's pop some peas and pay homage to some well-known and not so well-known figures within the masculine presenting women of color community that have made moves or are making moves that help make us seen. It's time for popping peas. This week, we're shining the spotlight on an international berry buster and author. We are honored to pop one for Fanika Soldat. Fanika, a South African native, has spent a majority of her life fighting for the rights of lesbian and gays in Africa. Harsh criticisms of LGBT individuals in the extremely religious region make lesbian life all the more difficult, and Fanika has long sought to change that reality. After authoring a book based upon her life story, Uambo, Fanika became an ambassador for gay rights, even becoming a co-founder of the Black lesbian activist and advocacy organization Free Gender, urging her opponents to recognize that gay rights is a human struggle. You can't just kill someone because of how she lives her life. Soldat seeks to find justice for members of Africa's LGBTI community harmed by discrimination and violent attacks. A survivor of violence herself, Fanika's story of strength and pride inspired a pair of documentary films titled Ndim Ndim, or It's Me, and I Am Woman, Leap of Faith. In 2014, her organization Free Gender took a stand and called for a boycott of the Cape Town Pride event behind allegations of sexism and racism, which to this day has remained an ongoing issue. Fanika is also heavily involved in the Triangle Project, another activist organization offering resources to the LGBTI community in Cape Town. Fanika Soldat's unique outlook and undying spirit is proof that Fanika is popping. Now, I'm pretty sure um, that not a lot of people, maybe stateside, know about Fanika.
Yeah. I
And
never heard of her.
yeah, it was like when I'm looking at people to learn about and things like that, um, it's interesting to find somebody from Africa just because of the things that I've heard about how they the treatment of uh, gay people in Africa, and
Mm.
specifically just the treatment of women. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not for a lot of parts of it. I'm sure that it's I've never been there, so I can't say for sure. But just the stories that we've heard about what goes on in parts of that country, then I don't. It was interesting to me to find somebody like her, like Fanika, that is out there being an activist and
Still fight.
being
Yeah.
and
Fighting for us.
yeah, there in Africa in the motherland doing her thing over there. So yeah, I mean, we're everywhere. We're worldwide, international,
Yeah.
baby. Shout out to all the people listening to us in Africa. Let's go ahead and get into stew peas this week and see what we've got cooking. Before Corona, being out in public was normal place activity. So too was using public restrooms. Unless, of course, you're a card carrying member of the stud society. There's something that happens whenever a stud crosses the line marked women's restroom that makes cis women forget that we exist and we obviously need to pee too. I'm sure every stud or masculine presenting woman out there has a memorable experience with this one. Meech, what have been some of your experiences as a stud using the using the women's restroom?
It's always been looks of like double takes,
Right,
and like I just had people stare at me and just nobody. I don't think anybody ever really asked me what I was doing in the restroom. I have to think about that one. But they usually just stare at me and I just stare back like I'm here to do the same shit you here to do. You know what I mean? Like
right,
what's the problem? But I've been, like I've seen like I'll go into the restroom with other masculine presenting women and they'll approach them like you're in the wrong restroom.
right,
But it's because I look a little more feminine. I guess that's why they're just confused by my appearance. Like, why are you wearing boy clothes? You know what I mean? Or why are you wearing men's clothes? Or I don't know what goes through their mind. I
right. Maybe they're
just
like, "Ooh, it's one of those."
yeah. Actually, now that you mention that, it's one of those. I was I had I was on a sneak date in in like one of the keys. Me and this chick we went some restaurant and had to go use the bathroom, and the dude was like, "Oh, look, it's one of those that doesn't know which bathroom she wants to use,
What?
or which bathroom they want to use." And the chick that I was with, she was just straight girl. I was the only chick she was trying to talk to or whatever. Anyway, that's the story. I digress. So anyway, she was really offended, but like I just felt like I was used to it. You know what I mean? Because we hear people talk shit to us all the time, and the ignorance I didn't feel like dealing with because first of all I'm in the Keys around all these Caucasian folks that don't want me there.
Yeah.
One, because the color of my skin, and then
Yeah.
two, because I'm one of those people that doesn't know what bathroom I want to use.
Or
So
more so, you're just not from the Keys. They are
yeah,
a very tight knit community. Like they for
right,
themselves. So trust me. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So that was shocking to hear because I wasn't expecting it, from this big dude. Like, why do you care what bathroom I'm using? But then she was talking smack, like she was ready to fight because she was a fighter, and I was like, no, 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 it's all right, whatever. Like, let's just go eat because I'm not gonna swing on nobody out here. I'm not trying to do that. I just
yeah.
want to
Trust me.
chill.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm not in the Keys for sure. Yeah. I mean, my experiences have been. I mean, it goes as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
you know, like I mean, obviously not when I was a baby, and going to the bathroom with my parents, but I remember when I was like 16 and I was still footing it. You know what I'm saying? Just me and
Mhm.
my 2 feet in the bus, and but I was getting around though. Okay, don't
Mhm.
don't let the bus pass fool you. All right, your boy was getting around. Okay, um, yeah, but anyway, so I had to use the restroom, and like Publix, usually cleanly bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It was right there
Yeah.
by the bus stop. So I went into the Publix, and as I'm walking out of the Publix, like I'm walking to go in the store to like get something I don't remember what I was gonna get, but the manager is like chasing me through the
Mhm.
store, like yelling and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And she's like, why are you in that restroom? Why are you in the women's restroom? You were in the women's restroom. And I was like, I looked at her like shocked, like,
Right.
and I grabbed my boobs and I'm like, cause I'm a girl, like, like,
Dummy.
yeah. The look on her face, like I couldn't. I was in shock because I didn't. I mean, I've had people giving me the look before then, but to chase
Right.
me out of the bathroom like that, like
Right.
that was crazy to me. So that was definitely memorable. Obviously, like all these years later, that's something that I vividly remember. And
Yeah.
whenever I'm back home, even if I pass by that Publix, I look at. I just remember that.
It's
Like
like
that was crazy.
traumatizing.
Yeah, because you like chased me out of the bathroom. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, like you did something wrong. You just trying to pee like everybody else.
Yes, yes, that was definitely definitely an issue. Have you ever had any like interesting exchanges at like work or anything like that?
Yeah, new people at work. Actually, we just hired like three new people today, and I'm in the stall, and I had the door open, and I come out, and like the lady, like, I mean, obviously she knew somebody was in there
Mm-hmm.
because there's only two stalls,
Mm-hmm.
but like she kind of jumped a little bit, like she wasn't expecting a masculine looking or presenting person to come out of the stall. But I just feel like I don't know, I feel like it's ridiculous because I don't know, maybe because I know I'm a female.
Right, right.
I don't get what goes through these people's minds, but
I don't know. I find it funny though. Some of the funniest reactions are either they look, you get that look,
hmm
or they walk in and they jump and then they turn around and walk out and like look at the door like, did I walk in the
oh
wrong door?
yeah, yeah, I've had that happen.
Yes. Then they'll
Yep.
walk in and they're like, or they'll walk in, they'll see me, they're like, is this the women's restroom? And I'm like, yes. It's the women's restroom. And then they get all like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. Like, anyway,
Yeah,
you're
it's kind
blocking
of
the
insulting
paper towels.
because I can read and I know what the picture looks like. You know what I mean?
Right, like I think I'm old enough to have seen the picture a lot,
Right.
a lot. You know, like I can tell the difference. I've never mistakenly walked into the wrong restroom, and the craziest thing is like when just you. But I'll use the men's restroom just because usually there's no line. Like the women's line will be around the block, and
Mhm.
so I'll use the men's restroom and be in and out. And I think I said this before. Like dudes don't really pay attention.
Yeah.
They
They don't
don't,
care.
yeah, they don't really care. They're like, the whole purpose, right? The whole thing is to not look at somebody's junk. So you
Right.
don't want to look at somebody's junk. So they're usually not looking at you. And also I kind of like train myself not to use the bathroom in public.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, maybe it's not as good for me as probably, you know what I'm saying, but yes, it's just easier that way sometimes because I don't feel like being harassed. You know what I'm saying? Like or dealing with
But
that
just
all the
trying.
time. Yeah. So it's always a build up. Like, do I feel like going through this? It's either
Mhm.
go in there, deal with that, go in the men's restroom, also deal with that. Like maybe somebody will
Yeah. We'll say
recognize,
something.
yeah, will say something. Now I'm in a room full of dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then that's a situation. That could be a situation too. But
Right. And people are ignorant, right?
especially
So
right now.
if yeah, if they're not sure if you're a girl or a guy, they don't know if a girl is in the bathroom or a guy's in the bathroom and you just, like
No, when they see me,
feminine
they
guy or
they
whatever.
recognize. No, they don't
Yeah.
even think. Well, they're not. I don't. I'm not an effeminate guy in any way. They're not going to confuse me for that. They're going to realize that I am a girl. That means I must be a
Uh,
dyke, and either they feel a way about dykes, and they're going to come at me on some boys don't cry type shit. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Or they are gonna be. I don't. That's always what I think I'm gonna bump into somebody like that
Yeah.
because if they are paying attention and they realize that and they have those ill type of feelings for that, because look at what's going on in this world right now.
Right.
Like people shooting people, killing, you know what I'm saying? Like I know that was always happening, but it's even more so. And now that if you're LGBT or black or you know what I'm saying, like other, then
Yeah.
you have that more on you. So I just feel like I don't know. That's more worrisome. But usually, like I said, the dudes don't
Mhm.
look. The best thing is those family restrooms because
Yeah.
they
The
just
family restroom.
yes,
Some places have gender neutral restrooms now too.
yes,
The
yeah.
more progressive companies. So that's always nice.
Oh man, yeah. And I remember at this one job that I worked at, this girl, she was like she knew it was. I could never hide like so. I couldn't be the person taking the funky ass shit in the bathroom because people
Mm.
always know my shoes. I'm the only one with
Oh,
the men's shoes in the women's
yeah.
bathroom.
I never
You
thought
know what
about
I'm
that.
saying? Yeah, so you gotta always be on point because
Yeah.
they gonna know it's you. How many more? It's not hard to narrow down narrow down my shoes. You know what I'm saying?
I know now that I think about it, I was like, maybe she saw my sneakers and thought, "Oh God, is that a guy in the bathroom?" Like the lady today at work. I don't know, because I definitely had some Jordans on. I mean, not that women don't wear Jordans, but most of the women at my job wear like heels and stuff.
Well, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Especially at work, like on the
yeah,
weekend, going around doing stuff is one thing. Like going to the mall or going shopping. Well, I'm speaking like we could just do those
yeah, right.
things again.
Oh, we have a relaxed dress code because of COVID, so I can wear like my regular clothes.
Sometimes I miss wearing clothes. I miss wearing my sneakers because
Hmm.
I mean we're not going anywhere, and I work from home. So what am I doing? Yeah, that's. But at the same time, I don't miss getting dressed and having to go through all that too, dealing with people. So it it evens out, especially knowing that I can just use the bathroom freely and not have to worry about it or hold it.
Right.
Mm. Sometimes you know what else I do sometimes too is like I'll go with Nikki if she's going to the
Oh
bathroom.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It's like my bathroom beard. You know what I'm
Yeah, like
saying? Like,
somehow
and
you
I
feel a
just,
little bit more
and you gotta
comfortable.
talk to them on purpose. Like, see, we're talking to each other. She knows that I'm supposed to be walking in here. Okay. I don't need no issues. I am supposed to be walking in here. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like a security blanket.
Yeah.
And my girl's crazy, so talk to me
That's right.
nicely.
Like, tread lightly right now. How you do it? Okay.
You
Because you don't want
want
to.
to get cursed out in Spanish.
Hey, Nikki's working on her Spanish too, so you gonna get just who knows what you're gonna get out of her Spanish right now, but she definitely is gonna give you a stern talking to. She might even write a letter. Ah, oh, man. Now let's get into Wild Peas, or the part of the show where we answer some of the most wild questions we've seen on the internet this week. This week's question is: if you could get a notification every time someone masturbated to you, would you want to know?
Absolutely.
You would?
Why not?
I mean, what would the notifications say exactly?
Yeah, I know. We have to break it down because I might not want to know who
Mm.
it is.
Oh, damn. Look at you playing. You like it's going to be more than one?
Yeah, better be. I'm a sexy stud, remember?
Oh, that's.
What episode is that? um yeah, I think so. I think it'll be funny. Well, I'd probably turn them off after a while though if it gets out of control.
I'm like, I don't even like notifications now. Like,
Right?
my phone. My phone, like if there's an emergency, don't call me because I probably won't hear it because my phone is on silent. It just stays on silent. I don't like ringtones. I don't need that. So
Yeah.
my phone is right there. Like those memes don't apply to me at all, but that is just yeah. I don't like notifications. I wouldn't want to know. I just think it would be creepy. Because what if they were like a freaky person? Like I remember I worked at this job and I walked in the bathroom on this girl masturbating in the stall.
No.
Yeah.
No. No way.
So I'm just thinking about getting a notification. Like people do it all the time, okay? At all kind of
Damn.
places. Can you imagine like at noon you getting a notification where you're like, wait a minute, isn't she at work? Like they
That's
probably be as
cool. I
shocked
don't
as
know
I
what that
was when
is.
I walked in the stall. Like she forgot to lock it.
Bruh. No. Oh my god.
Yes, okay. And I walked on in. It was the handicap stall, and everybody likes to use the big stall. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
just burst through the door, and I was like, "Oh."
How did that go? Did you see her again?
We worked together. And at some point in time, her aunt used to show me and my homeboy like shots of like bending over, but like shots, like while we were working. This is when I
Oh,
worked in the call center.
call centers, boy, they wow.
Yes, but like, and she would be in like how we were sitting. She would be in the break room, and we would be in our seats working.
Mm.
And so we would fuck with her when she walked by, and then bam,
Uh,
she would bust it over and let me see what you got. Shout.
damn.
Yes. Interesting times. Interesting times. That point in time in my life.
Yeah, I know. Now that you point that out, I don't know. That might be, but that's why I said I don't want to know who it is.
But wouldn't that just be weird? Like, ding! Somebody just
Ding. Oh shit.
rocked the little man in the boat. Thinking about you. Boat rock. Boat rock.
I need to get some kind of payment for that. I need like a OnlyFans every time I get a notification. I get a check.
For real.
That's the only time.
That would be interesting. I never even thought about anybody masturbating to me. Like, I wonder.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's a crazy ass question.
I know. Like, I didn't think it was that wild to begin with, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know. That's never even a thought that I had. But now I'm,
Now that I'm breaking it
I'm
down.
gonna have to make a list, put out a spreadsheet, see who might. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know where people come up with these things, but you know, they're wild out there in these streets.
Internets.
And on that note, we're going to end the show here. Don't forget to follow Two Studs in a Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Catch a glimpse behind the scenes and go follow Meech on IG at the Homie Meech and on Twitter at Homie Meech. And myself at it's.me.blaze on IG and at itsmeblaze2 on Twitter. If email is more your thing, you can shoot us an email at twostudsinapod@gmail.com. That's TWO studsinapod@gmail.com. Two Studs in a Pod is available on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Gratitude is always the attitude. So we want to say thank you for lending us your ear.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Ah ouais.
Oh!